Real hip-hop and R&B.
We getting it in.
I love this station.
24/7. SwerveRadio.com.
Hop at your Ike boy.
What's up, baby?
What it is, Smooth B, Smooth Bizzle. The
What's
smooth one. What's good, boy?
Oh, man, everything is groovy, man. Just holding it down, you know?
Right.
Or holding it up. Yeah.
So what's good with you, big bro?
Oh, man, shit. You know, just continuing, man. Just staying fluid.
All right.
You know?
Before we even get any deeper, let me really give you an introduction so everybody out there knows exactly who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen on the line right now, hop in at your Ike, boy. We got my man Smooth B from the legendary group Nice and Smooth.
Yes, sir.
So tell people what it was like coming up back then, man, when y'all was on the Awesome 2 and all that, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, all right, this Smooth B, notorious, glorious, baby, you know? And it's like, when we first started rocking for as Nice and Smooth, see, first and foremost, I started out in the game writing for Bobby Brown, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I really got introduced to the game through B, you know? That's my brother. And, you know, I was penning joints, you know, with him. And then I went on 3 tours with him, and then I came back to New York, and then I was introduced to Greg Nice.
Right.
And we immediately clicked, you know what I'm saying? It just was like, you know, we clicked. Our vision was, you know, the same. We were going in the same direction. And we started working.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first people that he introduced me to were Awesome 2.
Right.
Awesome 2 is Special K and Teddy Ted. And Ted actually ended up doing the scratches on the song we did. We had pressed up our, you know, you hear a lot of things over the years about people going store to store, and that's how we did it as well.
Yeah.
We pressed up our joints and went store to store, and we had a song called Skill Trade.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first song we ever did together, and Teddy Ted did the scratches on that record.
Mm.
And the Awesome 2 were the first ones to play a Nice and Smooth record.
Right.
So they're the ones that broke us, you know, on late night radio. And, you know, from there, you know, that got the attention of everybody else. We took it to Awesome 2 and we took it to Red Alert. And those were the 2 people that had it and started spinning it. And then everybody started gravitating towards, you know, our sound and all of that, you know.
Now, you know, I remember those days, man, because I was one of them little dudes that was growing up. When we used to listen to the radio, after Mr. Magic went off and after Red Alert and them went off, you had P-Fine and DNA. And then you had, after they show went off at like 2 o'clock, that's when Awesome 2 came on.
Absolutely.
And we would sit there and do our pause tapes. So you had to go, you know, back in the days, you had to go from different show to different show and do separate pause tapes. So you had to, you know, you had the Mr. Magic pause tape, then you had the Awesome 2 pause tape. You know, then you had the Red Alert, the Chill Out pause tape. And then you had to compare which tape was the better tape, you feel me? And I remember when I dropped the Skill Trade record. I remember the first time I heard that joint. And, I mean, y'all always had the ill, crazy, hard beats. And I remember hearing the joint, and that was on one of my pause tapes. And I would took to my man crib the next day, because we used to compare notes. So I would go be like, yo, you ain't get this one, or you ain't get this one. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I remember when he heard that joint, he was like, yo, where you get that one from? You know what I'm saying? That's how we got introduced to Nice and Smooth, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Definitely. Man. So, what did you write for Bobby?
This song, the title track of his first debut solo album was King of Stage. So I wrote half of that song. Mm-hmm. The other half was written by, I'm tripping. Dr. Ice, pardon me. Yeah, Dr. Ice from UTFO wrote half of the song, and then I wrote the other half.
Wow.
And, you know, and then Girl Next Door, the rhyme on Girl Next Door. Mm-hmm. Baby Wanna Tell You Something. What else? I wrote a portion of Prerogative, you know, and just different little joints, you know. B already had his own. Bobby had a vision, but he would just be like, you know, the formula between me and Bobby was like, I just say, tell me what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, you tell me what you want to say, and I got it. And I just bang it out for him, you know?
Yeah, that's what's up. So, what made you, I mean, I'm pretty sure you was always an MC, but why didn't you go, I mean, because you was kind of doing the singing stuff too, like
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't know that Smooth B was one of the first dudes doing this whole singing and rapping thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And was successful with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because at that time, the music industry didn't want to mix singing and rapping. They didn't want to mix R&B and hip hop. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But when we came up in the hood, cats was doing routines like Fantastic Romantic 5 and the Cold Crush. They always had like sing-along type of routines. And really, one of the first cats was like, well, with the Furious 5, Raheem, you know.
Yeah.
And so these guys and the Force MDs and all that, they inspired me, you know.
Right.
And I said, you know what, I got to take this to another level, you know, and I of it. And so when we came, by the time, you know, things go in cycles. Mm-hmm. So it's like the people behind the desks, they didn't know, a lot of them didn't know about, you know, the cats in the hood, you know what I'm talking about? So I was like, nah, man, I'm from the Bronx. I got to carry on tradition. So I always be doing some singing rap shit, you know what I mean? So, you know, when I came with it, I was met with a lot of opposition.
Yeah.
And so we was reinventing, bringing the melodic hooks back to the game, you know what I'm saying? Because it never really, you know, like when the Foursome D's, they used to rhyme and singing, but when they actually became professional, they stopped rhyming. They just were straight singing ballads and all that.
Right. Originally, wasn't they called the Force MCs?
Right. They were the Foursome C's, and
right.
then you know, and then they became the Foursome D's, and then after that, it was the straight R&B. And the cast is incredible. You know what I'm saying? All that respect due to them. But I said, man, we got to still keep that alive. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
We started doing it. It was to the industry. It was a strange art. You dig? So I was like, nah, man, check this out. And it was deep because that's always been my forte. So Bobby was very instrumental. I was like, well, you know, like people started getting into Bobby doing it, not knowing I was behind the scenes writing the rhymes. You dig what I'm talking about?
Right.
So for me, the vision was still being made complete. Because I was like, yeah, you know, at least the world is getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's how that went. And so when we first came into it, we stopped bonging them. You know, cats try to skip over it and act like, you know, they don't know who really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why these interviews are important. Because it's there. You know what I'm saying? The whole delivery. Nobody was smooth on the mic, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's keep it 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, man. And at the same time, I mean, to this day, nobody sound like nice cats are trying, but you don't have that element, man. Come on, that's a unique element.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so it is what it is. You know.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because y'all always was known for like the craziest samples, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, who was making y'all beats like that, man? Like, y'all had the illest samples.
We did all of that, dogs. Like, we wrote, arranged, and produced all our albums, man, with the exception of a few songs in between. But if you turn over a Nice and Smooth album from the first to the last, it'll say written, arranged, and produced by Nice and Smooth.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
And cats don't really, they don't understand, they don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we was coming with so many elements at one time. Cats was like, they can't be doing all that shit. They can't be. You know, they wasn't really, you know, it took a little while, you know, so I tell them, look, read the credits, man.
Yeah.
It's right there. Yeah.
I know when y'all used the Partridge Family sample.
Yeah, that was amazing. You know, it's like, look, man, you know, that was a blessing from the Most High. It's like, Greg, he thinks on a certain frequency, and I think on a certain frequency. So, you know, when we came together, it made something totally different.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, you know, I find this in life, and I find it in life as far as back then. You know, I said, well, you know, you gotta let people be who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can build and expand and inspire one another, but you know, I never had no problems with what Greg was gonna say in his rhymes, nor did he have any problems with anything I was gonna say.
Right.
So that was just like we was just be on the mic, you know, and that's a part of the magic.
Yeah, most definite, man, most definite. Now, the other day we was kicking it about, you know, back in the days, how you and a lot of the other elders in the game. I'm not gonna call y'all the oldest ones, because y'all wasn't the oldest ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all are elders. Y'all got out of middle school right before I got in it. You feel me?
Right.
But, y'all was dropping a lot of jewels on the younger dudes coming up, like myself. You know what I mean? And like I told you the other day, I was always appreciative of that, and I always pass that on. to the generations that came behind me. And I would use you, like I've always used you as one of the big examples of that. Like the story I tell about when we was at Columbia and you told me that about friends and trust and all that. I still use that. I tell people that. Like, listen, I was up at Columbia and Smooth B told me this. You know what I mean? And that was like 20 years ago. You feel me? And it left an impression on me. You know what I mean? And I just want to say for me, on the air, so people hear this, you feel me? That I thank you. You know what I mean? And any other artist that's out there like you, I appreciate y'all. And there's artists out here that y'all actually talk to that we really appreciate y'all, man. So this is your thank you from all of us that y'all look out for, man.
Thank you, brother. Well received. You know what I'm talking about?
No doubt. No doubt, man.
It's just funny like that. You know, it's like life has a way of unfolding. You know, it's like, I think I'm going to proper home training. Mm-hmm. A lot of cats don't have proper home training, you know. So when I was coming up, that's just the way it was in my environment. You know, it was like each one teach one.
Right.
One hand washed over and they both washed their face, you know? Right. And so Cash was putting you up in game. Like, you know, I grew up around hustlers and players and brothers in the 5% and grew up around doctors and lawyers. Like, I grew up around all types of people. Yeah. You know? So it's all like a groove and warm. And it was all about advancement. Right. So that's embedded in me. That's just a part of my personality. So there's a lot of people, man, from R&B, actors, comedians, people that I just met in life over the years, and we just start a common conversation, and I just brought them in the head with something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they ask me, they be like, yo, Smoke, man, boom, I'm trying to do this, and I'm this, and I do stand-up and all. And I'm like, what? And then I go and see them, and the next thing you know, they're in movies, dude, and it's like, I ain't gonna really go in the name drop, but a lot of dudes, you know what I'm saying? So it's love, you know what I'm saying? And I, you know, that's all it was, you know what I'm saying? I was always moved like that, you know?
Most definitely, bro, most definitely. Now, let me ask you, whose idea was it to shoot the No Delaying video, man?
Yo, you know what? That was Greg, man. Greg. G called me up one day, and he was like, yo, Smooth, man, we never did a joint for No Delaying. Mm-hmm. He was like, let's do a video for it. And I was like, what? You want to do it? And, you know, by that time, I was already back out here. I was on the West, you know. Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I said, I'm down, you know, whatever. You know, we put it together. And then I came in, and we did a show, and it was deep because we did that No Delaying video the day after a show, and imagine, I got a 4 o'clock flight. So he was like, yo, the director pad is in position, then let's just go for it. Yeah. So we started doing like 8 in the morning, wrap that joint up, and I jumped on the bird at 4.
Wow. That video was so cool.
Shot it, and all of the different spots in the video is areas where, you know, where we grew up. Mm-hmm. And all of the different spots that we rhymed in front of a store, whatever, those are symbolic of places. Like that store, there's one part where we rhymed in front of the store. We thought, man, listen, let me tell you how funny life is. Mm-hmm. With Greg, I originally lived on the east side of the Bronx. Okay. I was born in the Bronx, right? So I lived on the east side, like southeast, you know what I'm saying? And he was on southwest, so he was on the west side. And the irony of it was, like, from kids, you know, like, put it this way. When I met Greg, when I actually met him, he was living around the corner from where I was born. Uh-huh. You dig what I'm talking about? That's a trip. Like, I lived all over the Bronx, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I lived in the Bronx, Harlem, everywhere. Yeah. And so now, I come into my young adult life, I meet somebody that I'm going, run to this game with, and then when I come to see him, he live around the corner from where I was born. That's a trip. That's you know crazy. What I'm saying? But there's certain things in life that let you know, like, nah, this is symbolic. So that store is a store that we rhyming in front of. I used to go in that candy store, dude, man. When I was a lit man, dude, when I was 5, 6 years old, I used to go in that store, dude. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, 25 years later, you back in front of that store. 30 30 years later. Pardon me. Like, at that point, it was like 35 years later, you back in front of that store running.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know,
that's what's up.
Things like that. You know what I'm saying? But, man, you know, salute, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to G-Nice.
Yeah, man. Yo, when I first found this joint, I was just looking for some of y'all old joints on YouTube one day, and the video popped up, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, man, they ain't never shot no video for no delaying. So I'm thinking it's a whole bunch of stills or like, you know, cut out footage from other stuff that they just threw in there as a like a mashup to make a vid.
Right.
And I turned it, I played, I'm looking at like hold up, the vocals is synced up. Hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I was bugging, like, oh, wait a minute, this is a real joint. So then I'm thinking, like, wait, I don't remember them shooting this video. You know what I mean? Because it throws it off. You had to actually read the joint, like, oh, wait a minute, they shot this new to the old joint. You know what I'm saying? Because you looking at the video, you can tell y'all up in years. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't old, but y'all you can tell you ain't in the 80s no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The clothes and all that. So I'm like, yo, wait a minute. So I was confused, man. I was in the twilight zone. Like, how did this get here? You know what I mean? But I'm glad y'all did it, man, because that was one of y'all dopest records, one of the hardest records. You know what I'm saying? And it needed a video. It definitely needed some visuals, man. So that brought more life back to it. Why don't y'all plan on doing some more? Like some more joints that y'all didn't shoot vids for?
I don't know. We might, man. We might. You know what I'm saying? That's a good question, man. We just fiddle around with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we do have a song that we made, like unreleased joints. You know. So we think about that also.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a dope idea, man. I haven't seen anybody do this, period, at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think that'd be a dope idea, man, to like revitalize y'all and revitalize that music. Because a lot of these dudes, a lot of the younger generation, they don't hear that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the only time they're gonna get to pay attention to it, because they always look for visuals. Back in the day, we didn't have all those visuals. We didn't have all the video channels. The only thing we had was video music box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So we was stuck. We knew how to listen to records. We knew how to listen for music. Go look for it other places. We didn't have the internet and none of that. You know what I mean? So right now, I think being that the visuals is so important, I think that'd be a dope idea for y'all, man. Especially y'all still working no delaying. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Neil, now tell me a little bit about because you know the way I met a lot of y'all through Chris Lighty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, bro. Tell us a little bit about those early days of Violator, man.
Man, I tell you, you know, like we were never signed to Violator or anything like that, but in the Bronx, you know.
Right.
And the way I met Chris Lighty, peace and blessings be upon him, is I met him in Scotland Rock House. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's how I knew him, from being around Scott. You know?
Right.
But, you know, he used to run, all of them ran with Red Alert. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just was a cool ass dude, man. And
as we used to call him back in the days, Baby Chris.
Yeah, Baby Chris, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So that's how I knew him, being around the Jungle Brothers and you know, Native Tongue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, he was a cool dude, man. You know, he was on top of his books. He was book smart. You know, he was book smart, streetwise. You know what I'm saying? So, it was always love. It was always mutual respect and love, man.
Yeah.
It was like, we always said we was going to do something together, though. You know what I mean? Like, we got to do something. You know, it was like, all right, man, we'll do it. You know?
Yeah. It was like all of y'all was part of the same circle. You know what I mean? Even though y'all wasn't all signed to the same people, but y'all was all part of the same circle. You know what I mean? It was like y'all had, it was Violator, and then it was Juice Crew.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really all it was in New York at that time. You know what I mean? It was Violator or that whole camp over there, or Juice Crew.
Yeah, Juice Crew, Boogie Down Productions. See, all of that, you know, it was a lot of little different intricate parts to the game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you had, I mean, really all of that foundation is Zulu. You know what I'm saying? All that foundation it sprang from Zulu. Because Red Alert came out of Zulu Nation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stand Father and all that. And then he really, like, through Red is how, you know, BDP really, really, like, gained strength.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because Red held them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once they came to South Bronx and all that, Red just made that household, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from that point, it was and through Red came Jungle Brothers. And through Jungle Brothers came Chris Lighty. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tribe and all of that. That whole the leaders thing that came behind that. Everybody springboarded off of that whole thing.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was
Man,
real crazy.
Those were the golden days, man. That was the golden era. I remember Scott LaRock took a liking to us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Greg introduced me to Scott. See, it was like, I came, again, I got a couple of years older. I'm a few years older than him, right? So, it's like, I was running around going to, like, the T-Connection and the Fever and just different little spots like that, you know, different hip-hop.
Right.
You know, up in Valley Park, and just different, you know, episodes like that, uptown part of the Bronx.
Right.
And so I knew Mel, and, you know, Score, you know, just different cats from that era coming up, and Kaz and all of them. And then G knew, like, KRS, he knew Scott LaRock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was different people that he knew. So when we came together, it was a mesh of that good energy because it was all hip-hop, just different generations.
Right.
Different parts of it. So that's what we did. We linked in, and then we saw how many of people that we knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might say, yo, man, let me introduce you to this cat. And I'd be like, oh, I know this cat. But then what the reality was, I knew his uncle. I knew his older brother. And I'd be like, hey, who's your brother? That's my man. You know, and it's always like that. You know, and that's how it was. So he's like, oh, man, I got to check Scott out. Then once we went to Scott LaRock house, me and Scott clicked. And, you know, him and Greg already knew him. And he was like, oh, man, I'm not this nigga, man. And we was like, yeah. He was like, all right, y'all a team? All right, fuck that. I'm agreeing with y'all. So we was really, like, on that roster. We was really supposed to come out through BDP. And then Scott, you know, met that untimely, you know, demise. And then, you know, we just kept going from there, you know?
Right. Y'all definitely made a mark. I mean, how'd y'all hook up with Premier when y'all did Dwick?
Oh, man. You know, Primo, man, you know, that's the homie. So, you know, Primo actually, he done lived all over the place, you know what I'm saying? He's traveling, you know, Texas, he's been all over. So, it was a point in time where Primo was living in the Bronx. He was staying, actually, him and Guru was staying in the Bronx. And it was like we went through a lot of similar things career-wise. Like, they were on an independent called Wild Pitch. We started out on Sleeping Bag then, you know what I'm saying? And so, but we only did one. They only did one album on Wild Pitch, and we only did one on Sleeping Bag. Then they got bought out by Chrysalis, and then we got bought out by Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like always, you know, like when they would go through this certain situation, we'd all be talking about it and building upon it, and then they'll be working on a new album, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, we're going through some shit.
Right.
And they'd be like, yo, you gonna make it, man? You know, we would inspire each other like that. You know, I remember words of, you know, peace and blessings to Guru. You know, that's my dude. And actually, I got a song with Guru, man. Actually, I think it should be on the internet, because I did a solo joint with Premier called Game Over, and then the flip side was Rude Awakening. So you should be able to find that on YouTube. That's the last joint, you know, actually that I did with Guru. It's me and him going like, you know, bar for bar. It's hard. It's called Rude Awakening. But I remember he had Words of Manifest out, and I think he had Funky For You out. And we sitting on the 4 train. So I'm on the train, and that's where we come on the train. And I'm like, yo, we start talking, we sit there. He's like, oh, everybody here. And we start shopping, and I'm like, and the next thing you know, it was just like, together while we sitting there, Breezy started getting on the train, and fans, and they just started bugging on us. And I was looking at them like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it was like, you know, we were, you know, back then, it was an interesting thing, like, you had no choice but to keep it 100 and keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, you know, the whole video thing was new, and it was new to both of us, and we were getting used to it. So we were still doing the same things we always did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hanging around the same, you know, being on the block. That was just what we did. It wasn't like we didn't see ourselves as bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's like 1 minute you on the block, but you're doing something, working towards something, and now it's on TV. And so you're like, oh shit. So it takes you a minute to get used to it. So that was one of them scary moments that in the very beginning, it was like, yo, these motherfuckers started to recognize us, kid. And then we went from the 4-train, the whips, and all that other shit. But it was like, we had a brief minute to, like, gush that experience together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so, man, good shit. That's my dude.
Now I want to get into what you're doing now. Like, I know you got some new music coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Tell the people about that new music, man. This is your first solo joints too, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Oh, man, you know, and it's refreshing, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I got so much material, dude. It's like, I just be put, you know, I'm kind of like a perfectionist, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'll make some shit, and I'll lean back. I'm going to make something else. I'm like, yo, this shit could be better. I go through that, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. And then when I play shit for people, they go smooth. That shit is mean, dog.
Yeah.
Put it out, and stop playing. Put that shit out. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm to that place, you know what I mean? I feel good about it. You know, I feel good about the material, and now I'm start being monging them in the head, you know? And so that's what it is, you know?
When you plan on dropping it?
For the first quarter, for the new year.
What's the name?
I'm going to stick with y'all before that, but we got a few more weeks, you know what I'm saying? So y'all going to get something in a couple of weeks. But for the new year, January, February, yeah, you're going to get it.
It's going down. What's the title of the album?
You know what? That's the crazy part. That's the last thing I do, dude.
Word.
The last thing I do is make the title. Right now, I'm mixing.
Yeah.
The cats is still, and you know, through the extension and shit, man, cats is still sending me heaters, so they're kind of making it difficult for me. Because cats is sending me beats,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh shit, this is me. Okay, wait a minute, I better jump on this right quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I usually do is, I put all the songs together, and then I sit back, I listen to them. Once I know my format, I'm like, all right, these are the joints that's coming. All right, now, what do I call it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always save the name for it last. I always say the title for last.
That's what's up. You let the whole body of work talk for itself, and then you let it define itself once it's all together.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You and Greg plan on doing any more music together?
Yeah. We will. You know what I'm saying? And it's so deep because it's like he's working on material too. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And he's working on some things that he's excited about. And he too is the excitement.
Right.
You know, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna go put him away from that. And, you know, I was so much of it, he was like, yeah, nigga. I'm like, yo, Smoz. Because he calls me Smoz. He's like, yo, Smoz. Hit them niggas with that shit you talking, man. I'm like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, he's gonna see it. He's like, yo, niggas, hit them. And then I'm gonna get back to this. So he gonna hit y'all in the head with his flavor. I'm gonna hit y'all with my flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come back and we'll do these other things. We'll do another nice and smooth joint.
That's what's up, man. You know, you already know the world waiting for some more nice and smooth, man. Y'all had the illest style. Like, there was nobody like y'all, man. Y'all just stayed in that lane, yo.
Yeah.
And that's what made y'all dope, son. Y'all was real dope like that. Y'all both had different styles. And it was real catchy. Y'all was both lyrical. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, neither one of y'all was whack MCs. That was,
right.
You know what I mean? You had some of those groups that you had the whack MCs on the hard beats.
Right,
you know
right.
Y'all wasn't them dudes, man. Y'all dudes was nice, man.
Thanks,
you know what I'm saying?
Thanks, brother. Yes,
up, man. So let me ask you, man, because you know there's a big disparity between the generations right now with what they believe is what the definition of hip hop is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I tell a lot of these people that they generalize things a little bit too much. You know what I mean? They don't understand that it's an eclectic thing that we call hip hop. There's no one form that we call right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of preference, basically. What would you tell these young dudes right now, number one, as far as the history? How could you get them now to understand where it came from, so they have a better understanding on how to make it now? You know what I mean? Because somebody had to give you the gumbo recipe, man.
Right. Absolutely. See, the thing is, now that they have the internet, YouTube. If anybody really, really serious about it, if they're really serious about it, then they need to do their homework.
Right.
And the internet and technology, whatever, has made it easier for people to do their homework.
Right.
So all they gotta do is push a damn button, put in some of that flavor that was out there before them, feel it, because they're going to feel it if they live it.
Right.
See, you kind of got a generation lost, in a sense.
Right.
Because they don't know the history. A lot of cats, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Whatever they feel is a version of hip-hop based upon what they was given.
Right.
Now, what if they took the time to learn what came out before what they were given? Not only will they find that they enjoy it, they can contribute a better form of the craft.
Right.
But it's truly up to the person. Some people, you know, they want to just do what they're hearing, and they want to sound like the next person, and they want their name to be Selma to the next person, and
yeah,
all kinds of bug-ass shit like that. But I mean, you know, everybody wants something different. That's why I was talking to this artist. I met a brilliant artist the other day, young lady, and you know, dope writer and dope vocals, all that. She's very good. Mm-hmm. And she was saying to me, Smooth, like, how I get in. I told her, she said, because my shit is different. I said, well, let me hear what you got. I said, listen, man, stay on that shit you on, man. I said, because what you want is fly.
Yeah.
I said, so don't worry about being different. Different is good. See, when we came up, you had to be unique, man.
Right.
Having you trying to sound like somebody, that should get you beat up, get you booed, get you thrown out the club. You couldn't be up there talking about, dude, you better not sound like nobody else, man.
Yeah. You was getting
things, you know? But that's what made everybody creative. They had to go within themselves to find their own niche.
Yeah.
Now, they made biting legal.
Yeah, I mean, back in the days, dudes would have serious beef over biting.
Yeah, that shit wasn't cool. Because you gotta imagine, a person is working hard at something, man. Mm-hmm. So it's another type of perspective, you know, it is what it is, but damn, it's just like anything else. Anything that's successful, people put work into.
Right.
You know, success is not easy, you know what I'm saying? So people put work into it. So you should feel good about the work that you produce. You should feel good and gratified, like, I did this. Now, if you really do it, if you do it right, you find that trial and error comes with it.
Right.
Now you get all the way to your pinnacle, and another nigga, somebody just come and just go bite your name and your swag, and it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. It's like, get your own. You do what you want.
Sure do.
Yeah, you can, because then it makes you better. It makes you better as an artist. Right. You know, it's not being selfish. It's not, you know, they got the game fucked up, Daddy. They just, you know, it's like, damn, you know. And I'm not knocking none of these young cats. Or new cats. No. I love music. And as you know, my brother, I've never been separate from my peoples, dog.
Right.
You know how I am. You know mostly how I am. And I always add on. But my thing is, I'm saying, cats, y'all gotta add on. Especially when I hear different people that are really dope.
Yeah. And
then here's other things. There's some gas motherfuckers up. I don't know who started this. I'm hearing this a lot in the game. Yo, you gotta dumb your shit down. You know how stupid that sound?
Yeah, that's
dumb it down for what?
Exactly.
For little. That sounds dumb. Yo, you gotta dumb your shit down.
Yeah. Don't create your best. Go half-ass on it and you'll be successful.
Right. Like where that came from.
I don't know.
That's foolish to me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because, put it this way. When you go back to the foundations of different people, they wasn't dumbing this shit down. Like, I'm gonna get on there. You know what? I'm gonna go real enough, because cats, I've been giving this cat some love, you know, since he first dropped that. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't even know him personally. But Eminem. Eminem, right? When he first came out, everybody was like, he blurred up this because he's white. But if you listen to anybody with kids, You know, he run his ass off. That dude earned his.
Yeah.
He got nothing wrong with his skin complexion. He earned it.
Yeah.
So, it's like, but he knows what it's like to work hard at his craft.
Right.
So I use him as an example, and then success comes with it. There ain't anybody truly admire at the end of the day when they look at it, the person worked hard for it, man.
Yeah.
So damn, yo, who was that, man?
And he's also one of those dudes that reach back and you know show his appreciation for the dudes that came before him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? Look, dude, it was one of those award shows, and I think it was the American Music Award. And he went on that stage, you know, and said, "Oh, gee, wow."
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's I was like, I can fuck with that dude.
Yeah.
I can fuck with him because he just mentioned G-Rap. Now, I know G-Rap. Like, that's my era. Like, I know G-Rap personally. Chain, big shout out to people. Me and Bridge used to hang out every day. You know? And all of them cats earn this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, for that man, he didn't have to. If he was a fluke, you know, and he was on some bullshit, he would have never mentioned nobody like Cool G Rap.
Right.
Out of the house. And it's a lot of cats that got in position for cats. I mean, you know, there's a lot of cats that around me rap personally. But different cats from our era that benefited from, you know, our struggle and our jewels and our genius.
Right. And
get on the stage and don't say a motherfucker thing. Their mouth be quiet.
Yeah.
They'd be like, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'd be like, damn. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, how soon is it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That was a wonderful thing.
Yeah, man. And I'm seeing a new resurgence of that right now. There's more people that are looking back and saying, you know what? I mean, like Kanye just did the joint at Madison Square Garden with Tribe and Busta and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're bringing some of the dudes back. You know, that '90s era. They're bringing some of them back. You know, the '80s era. Y'all dudes been doing the BB King shows for a hot minute. You know what I mean? Y'all stay in them spots. You know what I mean? But I want to see one day. Like, I want to see one day another, like somebody do another Rap Mania. You know what I mean? I want to see that again. You know what I mean? Or bring back fresh players.
That was fly. You know what? I was thinking about that concert. I was thinking about that show, and I couldn't remember the name of it. I'm glad you said it. Rap Mania. Yeah.
That was crazy, because it was like, that was when the West first started really getting popular for what they was doing over there with Ice-T and them dudes. You know what I mean? This was right around the beginning of NWA, but they couldn't be on that show. We already know that. You know what I mean? But they was getting their thing on. So remember, they did it simulcast. They had the show over here, and then they had the dudes over there in Cali on the same show. It was crazy. You know what I mean? I think if somebody was able to put that together right now, where you got, you know, the different regions, you know, satellite pipes piped in and all of that, it'll be incredible, man, and it'll actually start bringing everybody together. You know what I mean? As a hip hop community. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, I think we really.
You know what? Yeah, Sam. You know, it's so crazy. You know, because that's all it takes, man. You know, like cats don't realize how much alike everybody is.
Right.
Everybody thinking that somebody else is so different till you actually meet them.
Right.
You know, I learned that from hands-on experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've met a lot of people you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you get to meet them, it's a whole nother animal. Right. You know, some cats you think is the mad coolest motherfuckers when you hear them on record. Then you meet them and they suckers.
Right.
And then it's cats that, because of their record, you might think one thing, but then when you meet them, no, this is a real ass nigga right here. Right. You know? Right. Yeah, so it's beautiful. But that's a part of it, man. And now it's bigger than it's ever been, and it's so universal. So that's that would be a thing that I would love to see more people come together on some real shit, man.
Yeah,
and you know, that's another thing I want to touch upon. Like, I've met sort of like, you can't judge a person just by their music as well.
Right.
You gotta meet them.
Right.
See what they're about. If you get a chance to meet them. And if you don't like their music, don't fuck with them.
Right.
That's it. If that's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with it then. Don't fuck with it.
Right. I mean, that's why I made this interview series the way I'm doing it, because I wanted people to be able to get a grasp of the artists that are out now, plus the artists like you guys that were out before, but not as an artist per se. I want them to really be able to get in your heads as people, man, because people fail. A lot of times people fail to realize that we're people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not just musicians, man. We're people with families. Dudes got kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They got mothers, grandmothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not like you said, everything that we do on the records and what's in these videos, you know, a lot of people, you can't take that to heart all the time, man. Like,
right.
Do you take a Hollywood actor to heart for every movie he's in? Oh, he's that person.
Exactly. That's not being real. That's not being real.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a lot. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, man. So I would say to any of the younglings coming up, man, just be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because, as I was saying, when I was building with you on the Jack the other day, you know, it's like I met a lot of people, and in other words, that people might judge because of their music.
Right.
But then when I met them, I came to realize that they really believed whatever they made.
Right.
And it was their belief in their product which was what made them successful.
Right.
not necessarily, you know, they really believe that shit.
Right.
And they into it. And when you said before that, they performed like it's the meanest shit in the world.
Right.
And then it's received. So for the fact that, I mean, if you're not true to yourself, then who can you be true to?
Right.
You know, and I think that's part of the issue. You know, cats are thinking too much about how to get on and how to get some bread, and they're leaving out being true to self.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't really be happy when you get your shit. So fake motherfuckers, niggas just faking jacks. They can't even be happy when they get their bread. Now that's Australian.
Right. Let me ask you something, man. Because, you know, right now, whenever anybody talks about the industry, the interior part of it, all you ever hear now is Illuminati this, Illuminati that, man.
Right.
And, you know, they're using this name like that's really what it is. It just sounds cool saying it, man, because, like, has the interior of the game really changed from what it was before, man?
Look, man, let me tell you something. The people change, but the game remains the same, dog. You know, different names, different titles, you know what I'm saying? But the game is basically the same. Now it's just digital. So, it's like good. You know, it used to be analog. You used to go buy a set. You used to go buy some rocks. Now, you digital download it. Mm-hmm. You know. So, all the other shit, I think, is just some form of propaganda.
Like I remember back in the days when I was running with the Hit Squad and Solo, we was gonna go on the Hit Squad tour with Solo and them. And I remember I was excited. I wanted to go to all the after parties. You know, young dude. I'm getting everything laminated. You know, I'm at the bar, I ain't got to pay for nothing. You know, I was going through it. I was, whoa, I'm hip now. So when we about to go on the Hit Squad tour, and I was telling, and Solo was like, yeah, we're going to go do these shows. And I was excited about it. And I was like, yeah, and afterwards, I'm going to all the parties. Solo pulled me to the side. He said, no, you're not. I said, what you mean I'm not going to the parties? I'm not going on this tour not partying, man. You wilding. He's like, nah, I'm not letting you go to the parties because those parties, things are happening at those parties. And you know the kind of the parties I'm talking about, not the ones where we was normally going. It was those executive parties. You know what I mean? The weird ones. So he was telling me, he's like, yo, you ain't going to those parties, man. I'm not letting you go in there because there's things happening in those parties that you don't need to be around, man. And I didn't understand what he was saying at the time. You know what I mean? But, you know, later on, you know, being going through the business a little bit more, I started witnessing it myself. And then things that my father used to tell me, because my father was in the business. So things that he would tell me back in the days started coming to light. And I started just seeing it for myself, like, okay, this is what Dad was talking about. This is what Dad was talking about. And now that thing that he was talking about is what they're actually calling the Illuminati now. You know what I mean? That secret level where, you know, you get those propositions for those favors and all of that. And that happens in any business, though. It's not like especially in entertainment. You know what I mean? It's the cash and cash. You know what I mean? They've always had it. So giving it this name that they're giving it this thing, Illuminati, just to popularize it and all of that, to give it a catchy name. You know what I mean? That's really all it is. It's just a catchy name because a lot of these people don't even know what the Illuminati or the Illuminati is. You know what I'm saying? They can't even. They go back as far as maybe the 1600s, man. That's about it. They don't understand it. That's something that is so. How could I say? It's so. You can't even fathom how big that is and what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just people taking a name and running with it. Because the first time we started really hearing about it on records and all that was kind of like with Mobb Deep. I remember Prodigy used to say it all the time. I mean, he was the first one. Illuminati got my mind, soul, and my body. Secret Society. Try to put their out. You know what I mean? And ever since he said that, and then he started talking about the Illuminati more, then, you know, people just started using that. Oh, the Illuminati this, the Illuminati that, that's the Illuminati this, the Illuminati. Everything became the Illuminati. You know what I mean? Anything that they wanted to say there was a conspiracy, that automatically got lumped into the Illuminati.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I'm trying to get people to start understanding, like, you know, stop just labeling these things the way that you just because you hear other people say that. You know what I mean? Do the research, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I call motherfuckers, man. There's another thing. You know, I got my one-liners that I be patenting this shit. I tell motherfuckers, it's not about hocus pocus. It's about focus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just focus your mind on what you're about, man, and stand on it.
Right.
You know, and do your shit. Live your life, dog. Like, cause I'll say this, man. You know, if you came on this earth and there were things already here, it's up to you to build from where you stand.
Right.
Because if any of that shit, look, America was already established before I was physically born.
Right.
In this lifetime, you understand me?
Right.
So I'm not tripping on that bullshit. I'll be like, okay, what's what we have to do?
Right.
You know, it's not about what's going to be better than me. What I would do, you know?
That's right.
And you know, and that's how it is, you know, like, people get caught up in whatever they want to get caught up in, and a lot of times through fear, they bring shit to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, look, man, listen, check it out. Any other motherfucker in my circumference, breathe like me. So I ain't tripping.
Oh, exactly.
Whatever your shit is, do yours in your cipher.
Right.
I'm gonna do it in my cipher.
Right. Now, before we close out, brother, I want to get back into the album that you got coming out. That you don't have a title for yet. You know, we know that. But it's gonna come out in the first quarter, and we expect everybody to go out there and get it, man. Of course.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, you're gonna be one of the first people I hit with it.
Already.
So I'm gonna smash it with the whole process. I'm gonna smash it with singles and albums and all that.
Already, man. How many, you got anybody featured?
Yeah, like really, I have a lot of new cats. You know what I'm saying? I got new cats. The cats, cats ain't really up on yet, but they will be. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, throw some names out there, man. Let the people get familiarized with them.
Absolutely. I got Malachi Dawn.
All right.
On my joint. Yeah, y'all gonna love him. I got my man Homie Montana. I got Keisha B. I just got different. Oh man, like a lot of different like sing rap and shit. I got Ninth Wonder on tracks. I got Primo. I got E Boogie. This cat named G Sharp. Dro Fontaine. Chris Sharp. I got. You know, these are all like new cats. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of Primo and Ninth. You know, but the beats is real serious, and we gonna get down with it. I got my man Dot Mouth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know,
That's it. It sounds serious with just production alone right now. It sounds crazy.
Yeah. That I'm not fucking around with.
Yeah.
So, I got my man, Storm Norm, the General.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's some shit.
And like you said, this is your first solo joint.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This is a monumental piece of work right here, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yes, sir, man. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel real great about it, man. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. So before we get out of here, brother, you know what I mean? I want to say once again, man, real talk. You already know how it is. What comes from my heart, brother.
I don't know if that's E-Boogie. I got to shout E-Boogie out. That nigga's serious.
Yeah.
That brother's serious, yeah.
Oh, E-Boogie?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, like I said, man, from the bottom of my heart, man, I really do thank you, bro, for not just calling in and doing the Hop at your Ike boy, but like I said, for the things that you did in the past when you know you ain't had to take your time and talk to a young dude sitting in the office of Columbia Records, you know what I mean, with wet behind his ears on his BI and just school him, you know what I mean, while we were sitting there waiting for Faith Newman to get out of office, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That right there, man. Like I said it on the book, man. I think that to me is even more important than your music to me. You know what I'm saying? As much as I look up to you guys musically, the fact that as people you touched me like that, man. And that's really, that's the best, that's the greatest thing that anybody could get in this world, man. When you reach out and touch the next person and school them, you know what I mean, to be better. You know what I mean? And I really wish there was more. I mean, there's some dudes out there like that, but I wish this hip hop game was more like that, because it's more like a dog eat dog world. It's not like this. We don't have a spirit of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, and hopefully, like you said, you're feeling the resurgence of it. I hope it really, really comes full circle. Well, I'm gonna contribute. You know what I'm saying? And my team is definitely gonna contribute. But it's like everybody hung out with each other for real.
Right.
Like I used to go to Dougie Fresh house. You know what I'm saying? I hear all his songs before they came out. I go to Eric B. crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard all of them joints before they came out. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be in the studio with them. We'd go sit with Scott Lavac. I heard The Bridge Is Over before it came out. You know, like, all of these different things, and everybody would kick it together. We used to be with Ultramagnetic MCs. You know what I'm saying? And all of these different tracks. Bismarck, like I said, you know, I was sitting with Biz when he made You Got What I Need. You know, just a friend and all that. I mean, you know, it's like, forget about it, you know. And so it's like when but it was real, you know, hanging out with Kane before he dropped, you know, like different chats. And everybody feeling that hunger. And feeding off each other and inspiring one another. You know, and that's what makes the sound great. That's what makes it, because everybody not only is inspired, but everyone knows that they have to bring their A game.
Right.
You know, the steel sharpens steel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The sword sharpens sword. So it's like, I'm gonna bring my fucking A game, because it's too much at stake, man. You know, it was like, if he wasn't saying some real shit. Then the gig was up. Right. You know, the gig was up, and it was like, yo, you get your shot, and if you get your shot, you gotta make it count. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, well, I know this person, and I know that person over at such and such, and I'm just gonna make some dumb shit, and they gonna put it out. Right. And whatever, and then we gonna saturate the market with it so much that people don't care no fucking way. You know, they'll what's up, Eddie? Tell I'm right here now. You got that?
Already, man. In closing, anything you want to tell to your your fans that have been following you and supporting that smooth beat, nice and smooth wave for all these years, man?
Man, I want to thank everybody that has always supported us and been there for us and brought our records, download our records. You know, through us, they found, hey, like, through us to try to find some type of inspiration in life or for hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everybody. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. I mean, so when we put up that we was doing the interview with Smooth B, bro, Facebook went crazy.
Man.
I mean, you got so much love out there, my G.
Good, man. Good. Thank you, man. Really, it's the love of the people that's making me really even do it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, what else would you do it for? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love it, but if the people ain't loving what I'm giving, then shit, why do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It comes right back at them. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they support, that inspires me to go back and bang them in the head.
Yeah.
When I get a chance to talk to you, it's a reminder. You go, yo, Smooth, man, boom, boom, boom. And it's like, I tell people, I've met so many people in this life. But at the same time, I be telling people, they'll go, you probably don't, a lot of people approach me, they go, you probably don't remember me, but blah, blah, blah. And I tell them, I go, tell me the story.
Yeah.
And just tell me where and when you met me. And,
right.
when they start telling me, I'm finishing their sentence. And then this happened and that happened. They go, oh, shit, you remember? I'm like, yeah, nigga.
Right.
What we got to do is just bring me back to the place.
Right.
You know, take this cat to see me, and I see cats that I haven't seen in 30 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll like that under the assumption that I don't remember.
Right.
I'm like, man, it's been 30 joints. Like, dude, you got an album, man. You got a movie. Like, give it a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, they don't need to go, yo, Smooth. We was over in the blah, blah, blah. We was over. I'll be like, yeah, now. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all that is. So, it's like, it's a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I just give thanks. And I say, man, my contribution continue to be received because I'm a follower. I'm going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to do what the next man do. I'm going to do what I do.
There's another youngster out there sitting in the office of a record company, not understanding what's about to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's listening to this conversation right here.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And it's giving him that food that he needs to walk into that situation the right way, man.
All praises due, man. Definitely. And I tell people, man, like, you know, this is a great opportunity. You know, do research. Check out the nice and small classics. You know what I'm saying? Check out Game Over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with me and DJ Premier. Check out Rude Awakening with me and Guru. And you'll get a little glimpse of the fabric of what's to come.
Right.
You know, and when you it's like, meditate on it and just try to imagine how I'm blowing that ass in 2014.
Right.
It'll definitely come in. Yes, sir.
Because you listen to them joints right now, it's like they was made yesterday, man. It ain't like, them joints ain't dated like that.
Right, they're not dated. That's a blessing.
Yeah, the joints is not dated, man. You play them right now in the midst of everything, and it's like that's fresh music, man.
Yes, man. Beautiful, brother. Thank you, man.
You know what I mean? For real,
I'm like, yeah, man, I'm excited, you know, and it's like, I'm just inspired. I'm just re-inspired. Because for a while, man, to be honest, I had to step away from the game because it wasn't inspirational enough. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. Like, I like to know the difference between the artists.
Right.
So, my CDs, all praises due, they serious too. Oh, man, shout out to my CDs. They really serious too. So, they're going to make the site complete as well.
Right. But yeah, man, before we go, man, one more time, that album is dropping. First quarter.
Yes, sir.
Smooth Bizzle.
Yes, sir.
First solo joint. Got the new blood with you.
Yes.
Gonna surprise the game with what they should be expecting. It shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, man.
They know what you could do, man. They know what you capable of.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what I mean? You ain't never been whack.
Thank you, brother. Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You're Smooth Bizzle. Once again, I want to thank you for calling in. On Hop at Your Ike Boy on Swerve Radio, Kizzle, you know, and we gonna keep
I gotta shout out to Corey Drumz too, daddy.
Already, man. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even, all this wouldn't even be possible, man. I wouldn't even be able to do all of this if I didn't have the help of my lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She goes hard, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
She goes hard. I mean, I don't know how anybody else's woman's doing for them and their wives and all that. I don't know how they work with them. But me and her is like the illest team right now. I don't think the game ready for that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Sometimes you gotta get yourself ready or not, baby.
That's what's up, man. So, son, what's the #1 radio station in the planet right now?
Yeah, dog, the #1 station is the world, baby. Swerve Radio, baby.
Already, man. Already. We got my man. Already.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we do, man. So once again, thank you to my brother Smooth B for calling in. You know what I mean? Giving some insight, giving some jewels. You know, those are valuable jewels right there. Those are more valuable than the gold diamonds and all of that. And, you know what I mean? That's the best jewels to get, man. Jewels that are natural jewels from people, man. So definitely appreciate you, brother, for calling in. This your boy Corey Drumz. Hop at your Ike, boy, man. Make sure y'all pick up that Smooth B solo album coming out first quarter, man. And we will be announcing the official date and the title soon as it comes. You feel me? So y'all ain't gonna have to worry about all that, man. Once again, Corey Drumz, salute, early.
Real hip hop and R&B.
We getting it in.
I love this station.
24/7. SwerveRadio.com.